If you have ever struggled with an eating disorder, or maybe you struggle with chronic dieting or constantly fearing the relationship that you have with food, then this video really is for you. I'm going to give you some tips to work on your confidence and improve your confidence around food. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. I'm Long Island's eating disorder specialist. I post on this channel 3 times a week all about eating disorders, body image issues, and general mental health. So if any of that interests you, please click the subscribe button down below. I also have an Instagram and a weekly blog. I will leave those links in the description below. Feel free to check that out, or those out. If you liked this video at the end or found it helpful, I would greatly appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, because that helps other people to find my channel, and I hope help them as well. What is food confidence? That's a really good place to start. And to explain that, I'm going to describe more of the experience of food confidence, because I think that that would be a little bit more relatable than trying to put it into words otherwise. So food confidence is the ability to walk into a place that has so much food surrounding you, and that food having been all around you or being all around you does not create anxiety or fear or guilt or just all these emotions that tend to come up when you struggle with chronic dieting or an eating disorder, or just overall guilt around food. So food confidence is the ability to be able to be around all of that stuff, all of that food, and not all those emotions coming up or experiences coming up. And you feel confident that you are able to mindfully listen to your body and not overindulge or feeling like you have to just not eat anything so that you don't end up binging and all of those things. When you have this fear and anxiety that if you start eating, you're not going to stop, that is an indication that you do not have food confidence. Or if you feel that if you are surrounded with a lot of food, you just will eat it as much as you possibly can until you're sick, then you are not food confident. If you are at this video, chances are you already know that you really are not experiencing food confidence and you would like to move more toward food confidence. So I'm going to give you some tips to start you off on your food confidence journey. So number 1 is to not allow the past to dictate what happens in the present moment now. So perhaps in the past, when you have allowed yourself to eat a certain type of item or eat at a certain type of event, whatever, there might be some similarity to whatever the event is now, that once you started eating, you just couldn't stop. That is an experience that you had, and that doesn't mean that this is going to be the experience that you will have now. And if you just keep focusing on the past and being freaked out that this is going to happen again to me right now, then chances are you will recreate that event and you will engage in those behaviors and not have a lot of food confidence there as well, because you are so focused on what you did that all of a sudden you're unconsciously creating it again and engaging in the same types of behaviors. So taking the past and recognizing that the past is the past, and that does not have to impact what happens right in the here and now. That brings me to my second tip, is to create space to allow room for the idea that perhaps it could be different this time. To allow yourself to put the past in the past, but saying, okay, this is a different time. I'm at a different point in my life, or I maybe have learned a different tool that I can actually do this. And I have a confidence that I can do this. And maybe you don't have confidence, so you don't have to say that, but just something that you can create and allow the room for there to be a different possibility and a different outcome. If you are simply steadfast on the past reoccurring now, then that does not allow room for a different event to take place. Another really useful tip, number 3, is trying to eat more mindfully. I did a video on this. I will leave that link up in the cards. So this is really, I'll just do a little bit in a nutshell. It's about really being in the experience of whatever you're eating in that moment, using all 5 of your senses to really be very present and mindful of what you are putting in your mouth and what you are getting to eat. So mindfulness brings you into the present moment, and mindful eating is bringing you in the present moment for whatever food item that you are consuming. And that allows it to, again, be in the present moment. And when you are sometimes when you are engaging in overeating or binging, it's because you're more sometimes in a numbing state or mechanistic, and you're not really in the moment. So being in the moment, again, might be different than how it was in the past, which allows that space to have a different outcome. My fourth tip is to adopt the so what mentality. And this might sound like, what? So what? Let's say you are so terrified that if you start eating, you're just going to stop eating or never stop eating. All right, so then what? What's going to happen if that's the case? You have a night that you eat a lot more than you wanted to. Yeah, maybe you might have a stomach ache. Yes, all that stuff. But okay, then the next day you pick up and you move forward. And that's something that you really need to just be okay with. That sometimes you're going to do things that aren't necessarily exactly in line with what you were hoping to do or the outcome that you were hoping to get. When you are so fixated against having a certain outcome, again, you might then recreate it subconsciously and create the outcome that you were hoping not to have. So that in and of itself could be helpful for you in not engaging in the behaviors. But let's say you do, all right, you move forward, and you need to forgive yourself, because by beating yourself up, it just starts the entire cycle all over again. It is not helpful. So trying to be okay with whatever happens, working on eliminating food guilt, and that's going to help you move forward. My fifth tip is to use affirmations. So affirmations in this scenario may look like, and I would encourage you to use one or both of the following, and let me know in the comments section down below if you have another affirmation that you think would be helpful in this scenarios as well. So one of the affirmations I'm going to offer you is saying this to yourself: food has no power over me. I have power over food. And keep saying that over and over and over to yourself. Another affirmation is, I can eat this and I can eat it whenever I want. And repeating that over and over and over again. Those two statements are so powerful in removing the power that food has over you and reclaiming the power for yourself, because that is your power to have. Bonus tip and a bonus challenge. So I would recommend to really try to tune into your body. Tune into your body's hunger, and when you are at that party, if you are hungry, eat, and check in with yourself. Check in like, hey, where's my fullness at? Am I starting to feel a little bit more full? Should I stop eating? Maybe take a little bit of a break. Am I still hungry? Should I eat more? And just trying to bring yourself back into your body and listening to your body and seeing where that takes you. So those are just some starter tips. If you would like to know more or learn about more tips, leave that in the comments down below so that I know to make more videos like this. You can click my face over here to subscribe to my channel, and I wish you food confidence on your journey to finding your state of balance, and I will see you in my next video.